Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So it's been at least over a month since I made a video. Been pretty busy this summer and I haven't really kept in contact with anyone. I don't know what any of my friends are going through. So I'm kind of excited to tap into the collective and just see all the good vibes that everyone's been manifesting for themselves. And yeah, hope everyone is doing good today. So we pulled out the first deck. We got 3 of them. Oh, this looks like, okay, lots of passion, lots of fire, lots of hot energy this summer, which makes sense because that's what summer is all about. Why? Because it's a cycle. And how many of this? They're saying 2 to stabilize the rest of the reading. Oh, to stabilize the fire, because you know sometimes fire can just be a little bit too extreme. So let me take a drink of water first. Okay, so the first card that came out is, oh, silly blinds, is the hot seat. And okay, so I'll just show what I got first. So we got the hot seat, we've got water of bliss in reverse, and we've got fire of sacrifice. So hot seat, fire of sacrifice, those ones make sense, go together. But then the water in reverse, right? Water and fire are complementary of each other. So as I look at this, we've got 3 fire cards and really not much water to help contain it. So they said add 2 pillars. And so what do we got here? We've got sacred divinity, and then we have love and light. And so what it says on the sacred divinity is there are 2 paths ahead. And so I find that interesting that love and light, 2 words on this card. So there's 2 paths, and that is love and light. I don't really want to say like, you know, 2 paths ahead, like fire, destruction, like one's destructive and one's positive. Because whoever this reading is for, they're already in the hot seat. They are, they're going through the new cycle. And that's kind of it, is you grow and you evolve. And so that's where I'm getting information from this card. It's the moon. You grow and evolve, right? The moon, it grows and then it goes through its phases. I think we're coming up to the new moon soon. But so now it's just about disappeared, right? New moon is in darkness. And that's kind of what the fire does. So once you've kind of grown and blossomed, or you've learned as much as you can in a cycle, the fire comes and it transmutes that energy and taps it into other ways, other pathways. So let me just do a quick they're saying, okay, they focused on the cycles card with the moon and then the water in reverse. And they were talking about how all of this was fire. And it's saying like, it's really hot out there, like tempered, you might be feeling a little bit irritated. Your temper might just not be as patient for people as much as it used to be. And so that's where it does need to bring in the water. The water is, they're telling me, okay, the moon controls water, right? And so here we have water. We do need to, and water is also emotions. So it's saying like, I am picking up on a very hot tempered, fiery energy who wants to explode. Yeah, it's just like everywhere I look, I don't quite see water everywhere and not a drop to drink. And so I do see water around, right? This one's called the Wave of Bliss. The word bliss is what they're saying. There is water around, I'm seeing by this person, tons and tons of water, but it's not drinkable, or it's out of reach, or it's something like that. And so the water is the thing that like calms the emotions when you're in this hot seat. And so here we have sacred divinity, 2 paths. Well, when I say path, what I'm seeing is a river, right? And so water is just as powerful as fire. And sometimes even more, right? Water can put out fire. Water, when it follows its own path, could be very, very destructive, just as equally as destructive as fire. So they're telling me to focus on the color red, but they're bringing me to the heart. Okay, I'm seeing someone, I keep picking up on anger. I'm picking up on anger this reading, and it's not so much, maybe it's not anger, maybe it's just like being like really under the magnifying, oh, a magnifying glass could start fires. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Someone being like really under the magnifying glass and like picked apart for like almost feeling like a little insecure. So they're in this hot seat and this fire is coming and it will burn all illusions. So whatever fake facade you've been carrying, it can't stay there no more. Everything of that is gonna be burnt away. And then what is true, what is truth will be left there. And so they keep bringing back to the water. Because what I'm seeing actually is almost like a courtroom or something like that. I'm seeing, like, they keep bringing me back to Kill a Mockingbird and the court scene. And I'm just seeing like someone in an interrogation booth. That's what the hot seat is kind of showing me. They're showing me To Kill a Mockingbird. And what Spirit's telling me right now is I'm thinking that someone might have been falsely accused for something. Maybe that's why they're in the hot seat. And it's saying rather than going and getting angry, it is to focus on the water. There is an illusion here because there is so much water around you. And again, they say you can't drink it, but how can you utilize this water to kind of come in and help with the flow? The 2 paths, the love and light. Water is needed to help clear and just get rid of everything that is debris or blockages, whatever that is, right? The hot seat is a 4, which is also Emperor energy. So that's also a very fiery Emperor. It could be like, every zodiac is associated with a tarot card. So the Emperor is Aries energy. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like a fiery Aries energy type person, right? Like the ram, like just ramming someone, right? And so this person is sitting there and it's just like all these things coming at them. And it's like the cycle's over. So it's just like embrace the fire, embrace the change that this does to you, because I feel like this person has been hiding truths for a while, and these truths just kind of are always on the surface lingering. So now they're here to come up and out, and once the truth is finally out, it says to act with care. Because those feelings, this truth, I feel like it might have been something suppressed, and now that all this fire is happening, this anger, this emotions, it's going to come up and out no matter what. Because like this one, you look at it and it's like a volcano. You can't stop a volcano when a volcano wants to start being a volcano. And Yeah. For the cycles, it says everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune in to the moon's magic. It said honor the cycles of the body. Again, that's what I'm seeing is like there's just these things within that aren't yours anymore. And those are being burnt away. New moon is your time to make wishes. It's time to write down your biggest wish right now. Don't base it on past factors that happened to you that you didn't like, and now you're like, okay, well, 180 of that. I mean, that can kind of help. I know in one video I said to do that, but in this case, go back to childhood. Go back to that inner child and write down those dreams and wishes. And how can that dream and wish grow and evolve into like the adult form of what you want? And then how can you take that, because it's from your heart, the inner child is all heart, that's where they operate. And so to take that love and then go out into the world, and as this one says, act with care, which is sharing your love and light. So this fire, I feel like someone was suppressing their stuff. They were staying small, but they've got such a big gift to share with the world. And so by suppressing those emotions, kind of caused a little bit of friction. And then that friction started like a big forest fire. And so now that forest fire has kind of gone uncontrolled. It's pretty chaotic right now, and very uncomfortable, especially with all these hidden trapped things coming up and out, and these emotions that we were like, oh, I really didn't want to deal with that. Like out of sight, out of mind, but now it's in sight because the fire has illuminated it. And so calming, right? Just when the fire consumes you, the best advice, right? Because there is all this water, you can figure out how to utilize it a different way. But what Spirit's really saying, because I'm seeing like almost like water being out of reach. It's there. You will get to go into that, and it will quench all that thirst that you have for that new knowledge or desire or wish. And so they say when this fire takes hold of you, just breathe through it, right? Fire, it's just saying bring in air, just breathe. If you find places are a little bit more dense or heavier than other places, like you can breathe into those parts and just keep expanding and letting it out, because there's just some parts that have been so cemented, solid, stuck, stone. That's what they're saying. Stone, you finally got it. There's just this stone, there's these pebbles and these rocks inside you. And it's working those through now. And it'll come in waves. It's not an instant thing, but healing's a journey that evolves. And so once you breathe through it, everything that's kind of left over, they're saying, don't worry, not everything will be gone, because all that's left is the love and light. And so now that there is all this beauty left behind, okay, so they're like, just talk about how much you like barbecue. And I'm like, what a weird thing. But no, like, okay, so we've been eating a lot of barbecue lately. And so whenever I have barbecue, I'm like, can you please just like burn mine? Like, I love that charcoal taste on things. And that's what they're saying. Okay, we needed you to talk about charcoal. Okay. Because then once you kind of eat those things, right? Maybe you did get burnt, right? Things inside are chaotic, and that's like one thing that charcoal does, right? It helps like take out toxins and things like that. So there is always a positive from something that looks so devastating. So we look at this card, and there used to be a castle around this card, but all that's left now is just a lava moat and a chair on fire. And it looks pretty devastating. Like there's a lot of and no water. Like, somebody shut the water off. Out of reach. It's there, but it just isn't turning on. And so, yeah, the fire can be scary, but the fire will also take away everything that was too heavy for you to ever carry. It's not for you to carry anymore. And that's the main thing, is just to lighten, to breathe. Remember, bring air into it. Yes, the oxygen might help ignite the fire even more, but there are some really heavy, dense places that really need that fire, that transforming magic. Just breathe that into you and then heal. That's what they say. It's like, I just see someone trying to keep it, like the Emperor card. Perfect. The Emperor, right? He's so stubborn and he's like, nope, like we're gonna keep doing it. And like the house is like burning down. He's like, nope, I'm just gonna sit here and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this could have been avoided maybe before, but those emotions got really pushed down. Maybe there was just other things that always took your attention, so you didn't have time to go and focus on those things. And so now they're coming up. Maybe you didn't know you had to deal with it. You're telling me that that's the message for someone. They literally had no idea they felt this way. This is such a shock to them. So when these emotions are coming up, they're a little bit angry at themselves because how did I get myself in this place? Like, I feel like when I'm tapped into myself, I know myself. So these thoughts and emotions coming up are a little bit confusing. And so if it's confusing, I wouldn't run around with my head chopped off, looking with my bucket, like trying to get water and spreading that fire everywhere. Just stay contained. Like I said, those bits and those parts that are on fire, they're meant to be on fire. It's time to release that old baggage, those old patterns that they took from your childhood, from that dream, and was like, no, that's silly, but you know, you can do this, but now you have responsibilities. Oh, now you have to add this and this and this. And so this was your childhood dream, this is where it wanted to go, but now you're way over here. And so sometimes we don't know that we've gotten so far off track. And they said one more, and let's wrap it up. Cool. Cool. Okay, so this is why I think it's cool. Because it is divine will. And it says, let go of fear, right? You gotta face the fire. Let the fire burn everything that's meant to burn, and pick yourself up and transmute what's left, nurture that, right? Now I'm seeing more space, more options, they're telling me, right? So here we got fire, and then we went into the sacred divinity, and the sacred divinity card is all gold and red. When I look at it far away, it's like gold and red. Here we got gold and red. This one says there are two paths ahead. The two paths are love and light. And then the love and light is very closely associated with divine will. So it's taking this fiery energy. They're both powerful energies, and they're both so similar that they could be almost mistaken, but it's not quite, right? Fire and light. You can get light from fire, but light can be so many things, right? Light is a little more complex, a little bit more outside the box, a little bit for us to still discover a little bit more on. Because this light, this is divine will. This is golden light. This is golden energy. This is like Christ consciousness or something like that. And fire has shaped our world. It is a big, huge, important thing. But I feel like this is the 3D, this is the 5D version, you know? So, anything else? I don't think so. They told me one more and then we're done, and they're not speaking up right now. So we'll leave the video there. I hope everyone's doing good. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, at this moment, all my friends are all over the world right now doing really cool stuff. So I can't wait to see you guys again. All right, bye.